Welcome to Mics&Men, and for the best part of the next hour, we're going to be discussing things that are interesting, exciting, common knowledge, maybe facts, wherever it is. And I'm Kwabna, and joining me today are the other men behind the mics. First up,
sorry, Charles.
Just sipping juice on the intro, bro. What's that? Alright, yeah.
You got Mark, aka Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. He's the only Marky Mark we recognise, man. Bun that Wilbur guy. Yeah, so we're just here to talk about a bunch of things. You know, podcasts and like these shows are like the new blogs these days. Everyone thinks they've got one, but like your opinion, how it comes across matters. So come here to discuss some stuff, man. So yeah, it's raining today. It's mad
I'm
raining.
glad it's
cold.
raining. I'm glad it's raining.
You guys, bruv.
I'm glad it's raining. As I said, it's too hot. It's been too hot, bruv.
What's too hot for London, bro?
It's too humid, bruv. Have you been on the tube?
Do you know?
Yeah, no.
See?
The tube.
I don't take tube to work, so I wouldn't. Not in this heat. That's
It's
for
too
sure.
hot, bro.
No, some of us don't have a choice, man.
Hey, I don't want to get involved right now, but the tube, the central.
Peak.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I went in there, come like I was in the sauna.
no, but you know what?
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's
What I found the other day, I found out that the central line is one of, if
Even
not
up
the
in football.
deepest lines. So, and the rock that surrounds it, yeah, is like clay or something. I can't remember. And it basically keeps in heat. So when you go in, there's like the seventh circle of hell, bro. I've only felt that heat 3 times in my life, bro.
What, the
Dubai,
3 times?
Ghana, and probably the Northern Line at some point. That was it. That was it. It was disgusting, but I've been happy with it. This has been the best summer in London I can remember for ages,
that's
man.
it.
Don't get me
standard.
wrong. I'm happy the sun is out. That's good and all that, but it's just been too hot, bruv. I can't get to sleep.
Yeah, no, sleeping's been long.
Sleeping's a problem.
Sleeping's
Now I got the
been
fan
long.
What
beaming
would you
right
wear
on.
to sleep though?
Huh?
I just lay there in my boxers, leave the window open.
I
Yeah,
go,
that's calm with that.
Nothing
but
else
it's
will
just it's too humid, bruv.
No,
I've got 2 fans blazing that.
it's necessary. My thing is that, yeah, it's a bit inconvenient. It doesn't
Can
feel
you
that
sleep
great.
with a fan though? That's
Yeah.
You can't sleep with a fan.
nah. Do you know what? I can, but in the morning I'm gonna regret it
Why?
because
Why?
it's just cold, innit?
You just switch that thing off,
Nah,
bro.
not when it's if it's rotating, maybe yeah. But if it's directed at you when you want it before you go to bed, I can't sleep. I can't leave it on like that.
In this weather, going to sleep without a fan is a myth,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a myth. You can't
That's
do that,
madness.
bruv. I don't know how you do that, bruv.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Just open the window, open the door, get a wind tunnel coming through.
Get a wind tunnel from where?
Yeah, from the bathroom. I will leave it open, man. My mum will walk past, whatever. Because I live at home,
man.
innit?
Yeah.
My mum will walk past or my dad will walk past. I don't care. I'll be on my bed in my boxes with whatever. I don't care, man.
In this
It's
heat,
too hot though, for real.
in this heat, sleeping naked is the only way, bro. It's the only way. As in one point today, one point this
Nah,
week.
man, I ain't sleeping naked. bruv.
What?
No,
Why?
I don't think that's necessary,
vulnerable,
man.
bruv.
Vulnerable to what, bro?
You never know, bro. You never know. You never know who's coming. I'm not sleeping naked, bro.
Naked,
Aye,
you
At
know.
least boxes minimum.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah,
well,
nah.
Just in case.
Listen,
Oh,
Just
man,
in case.
naked.
you man are
naked.
mad.
Oh,
Listen,
shit.
you just roll out quickly, draw for the dressing gown or whatever, bro.
See, that's
You know, bruv.
okay. So you roll out quickly,
It's
draw for the
hot in here,
dressing
man.
gown.
I
That's
think we
a
need
couple
the fan
minutes that you missed out, bruv.
No, okay, but I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Aye,
I
but-
don't miss.
yeah, you're going on.
I don't
like,
mean to go back in the day with road ties, but you just never know. innit?
But you're okay, fair enough. But you're saying like whatever you're wearing to bed is gonna protect you from anything, bro. His boxes, if it's on, it's on, bro. His
Yeah,
boxes are protected
but
from nothing,
no,
bro.
But you're naked, bruv.
Yeah, you're
You're
violating.
gonna jump through
You know
your
what?
dressing gown. At least I'm in my boxers. I'm ready.
Okay, but
I'm
just
kind of
saying,
ready for it.
If it's on, yeah, if it's on,
Yeah.
and I jump out and I'm naked, first
You ain't gonna do it
no,
if you're in a
but
you're
if you come
naked.
out naked, if you come out naked,
You're dick
that's-
swinging, fam.
Bruv,
You're not gonna-
yeah, you're dick swinging, bruv. But the shock factor, imagine, bruv. Someone comes to this on top, bruv. They see you naked.
fair
they're like,
enough.
Bro, this guy's a mad guy. He's just naked like that, bruv. But thinking that
That's if you're ready
conk
to
in your
fight,
head,
naked.
bruv. Finish.
God.
Fair enough. Fair
It's as
enough.
if you'd be like, oh yeah, oh that guy's in boxers. That's normal. Let me shank him. Shank me.
Fair enough,
Bro,
fair
the
enough.
guy's dick swinging, bro.
You guys are
out.
talking about a situation that ain't gonna happen. No one's running up in your house. No one's. You just don't need to sleep naked, innit?
Yeah.
You don't
You
need
don't
to.
need to.
You don't
You man
need
are
to.
trying to calm down.
It's a bit.
You're
It's
you man are
extra.
trying to-
It's a bit extra.
Nah, you man are
It
trying
is
to-
extra.
No, you man are trying to cool down, yeah? You're finding ways
Naked,
to cool down,
bro.
bro.
Come on,
How
man.
cool can you be if you're naked, bro?
Nah,
You're vulnerable.
boxers.
You're
It
man.
makes
vulnerable,
sense.
bro. You're
What?
vulnerable.
How much heat is boxers giving you?
it's the inconvenience, bro. The freedom. I tell you what, man. Yeah, listen. Next time we link up, yeah. just one time, yeah. Go to bed.
Bruv, I ain't
know where
looking
this
you up
is
like that, bruv.
Hey.
Bro, let me look up. I want you guys to all have tried sleeping naked, bro. Change your life, bro.
Can't, fam.
You can do it, bro. I believe in you, bro.
I know
You can do
exactly
it.
can't,
what it
my
will
mind
feel
won't
like
let
to
me.
sleep
I
naked.
can't.
How
And
do you
I'm
know,
not
bro?
interested.
How
Because
do you know?
I know my body, innit? Everyone knows what it would feel like to sleep naked, and it's not me, innit?
I
You,
can't.
okay, so when you say vulnerable, vulnerable to what, bro?
As I just told you.
What?
You
Random
never
what?
know, innit? Like, I want to be ready. Like, if I'm in my boxes, I'm ready, innit? Just
No,
in
no,
case if a
you're
man's
not-
coming.
you're
Or
not-
anything.
in case
Anything. Anything. Just
Maybe
anything.
because my where I live though is like high security, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
You're God like that.
Yeah, man lives in them Alcatraz things, bro. Do you know how many fobs you need to get to my house? It's long.
Is it?
It's long, yeah. Getting locked outside of my place is like you can't even get to the first. You can't get through the gate, so it's like there's just too many levels. So I'm alright, man.
You're right, though.
If someone managed to break into my house, yeah, to be honest, first of all, I had to give him a round of applause for making it this far. Do you see what I mean? You know, like when you come against the Boston Street Fighter, innit? And he's like,
Who, Bison?
Yeah, welcome for getting here, innit? And then he bangs you up. I'm that boss. So at first you come through and I'll be like, cool, all right, you made it past the gate, you made it through the first door, the second fob, you made it through, then you made it through my door, and you're here at my bedroom door. Okay,
So
you're
you got to
serious.
respect a man for
I
getting
respect
there.
you for that, but now you die.
And sees them bison
There you
naked.
go. Exactly.
Oh, love it.
Nothing but a grin, bruv. Nothing but a grin.
But yeah, it's too hot. Just to go
Yeah.
back on that point. I'm glad it rained today. Still, I was haps.
No, man. This summer has made me feel like I haven't missed out on that much by not going. Every summer, I try to go away somewhere, right? And usually I try and do it towards the end of summer, so it feels like my whole summer's been extended. So I'll try and go away like September time, and then it feels like I've had an extra long summer. But because this summer's been mad from like mid-June
Yeah.
to now,
It was even May. Bro.
No, I
It was
think
hot.
even earlier.
It was May.
But how many
May
times
was
would you
hot.
go away per year, though?
yeah, I'll probably go away too much.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, not too much, but the thing with me is that when I was coming out of uni, when I was coming out of school, like, you know, everyone went and did like, not everyone, but a lot of people went and did that, like the gap years, went to find themselves, and they travelled all over the place, blah blah.
Nothing wrong with
I know
that.
that kind of
Nothing wrong
dope,
with that.
bro.
Nothing wrong
Gap
with
years,
that.
you know.
No, I went to a different kind of school. That's another topic. But people went on gap years and that, they went travelling around, and I wanted to do that, but I was broke. So by the time I got a job, I was like, no, my grad job is starting soon. I haven't got time to go anywhere, bro. I couldn't even get to Paris in that time. So I was like, the rest of my life, I'm going to spend traveling as much as possible. And my wife is also like, she also likes to travel a lot. So we just try to go we usually try and go one
What
big
does your
holiday, one
wife
short
think
holiday.
about you sleeping naked?
She's a big fan, innit? Because
She's
she's,
alright.
she's my fan, bro. She's my biggest fan. So she's cool. To be honest, I've never discussed it with her because her opinion in this situation, it's not going to change anything, bruv. See what I mean? It's not going to change
You're
anything, bruv.
straight sleeping naked.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But if my wife has a problem with me sleeping naked, then I guess we have a problem, really. So, get me? We've got a problem. Yeah. So, yesterday, White Parker fight. Anyone
I didn't
see
see
it?
it, man.
Didn't see
But
it?
Do you know what? I
I
tried
thought-
to. I tried watching it, but my stream went down, bro. Yeah, it was one of those ones. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to stream it and it went down. So
Nah, man, I just caught highlights. To be honest with you.
I saw a bit. But, what? So Dylan won,
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was...
unanimous.
It should have been closer than it was or something.
Well,
Or someone...
they both got knocked down. White won on points.
Mm.
But for me, the biggest thing that comes out of it is I still don't know if Dylan White's a good fighter or not. Like, I watch boxing once in a while. I'm not a big boxing guy, so I can't pretend to know, to be any kind of aficionado. But
He's-
I rate Dylan still.
Yeah, now I
like
rate
him.
him. But when he first started, well, when I first got wind of him,
When did you
I
get
just
wind
thought
of
he
him?
was gonna be one of those, like, not a bum, but like I was just thinking,
But he
nah,
does look like
Joshua's
that,
got.
doesn't
Nah.
Yeah, he stopped. No, but like when.
Because he had a fight with Joshua sparring,
Yeah,
and
no.
he knocked out Joshua.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah,
So
but that
it was
was-
from there. That's when they didn't like each other, and then they got beef.
And they were what, 15, 16,
Yeah, the young
17,
young
I don't
boys,
even
young
know.
boys
But
at the time.
no,
And
but
then
when
they
he
had
was
their
fighting him
proper
in
fight.
the O2,
Yeah,
did I? Yeah, I went to that.
you
one.
went to that.
Yeah. And at that point, I didn't really like Dylan. I thought he would get blown out, but he impressed me a bit that night.
Yeah, he did. He
Like,
was
as
alright.
No, it's
He-
like they won. Dillian won in amateurs. It wasn't sparring. They won in.
Oh, was it amateurs? It was proper amateurs, yeah. Okay.
And then since then, I think he's getting better and better and better. And now, I like him probably more than I like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I like
because
Dylan.
of his because of his.
I think he's more real.
He's definitely
Anthony
more real
Josh-
in terms of
he's more real.
He's not playing to anyone's kind of
He's
tune.
come on, man.
Yeah, but thing
they're
is-
making him.
They are.
Not
but
that I
you
don't
have to
like
respect
Joshua.
things,
Don't get
innit?
me wrong. It's not that I don't like Joshua. I like Joshua as well. But I think where Dylan's impressed me with how he's carried his career and himself,
Especially since the loss.
to where he is now, because Joshua seems to be more PC,
Yeah.
whereas Dylan is like, you put him in a situation, he'll just react how he reacts. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, he's a bit
Right.
more raw, but I think that comes with your position. Like, so
But-
you're saying that part of it is also the improvement you've seen.
Yeah,
right?
but in
I feel
terms of him
White Shit, at
reacting
this point,
to
you should be good
situations-
by now, innit? Like you're still trying to
But he is-
improve. You should be
who?
good by now.
Dylan?
Innit? Yeah.
But he is
Yeah,
good,
but
bro.
he is. That's what I'm
He
saying.
is
He's,
good.
he's. I think he's hit the targets he's probably set
Yeah.
himself. Do you
Yeah.
get what I mean? And
Definitely.
Joshua obviously has, but with Dylan, it's kind of he could have been in the news or something for something unrelated.
Some kind of madness.
Yeah, or like you know when they kind of not get set up, but they get forced into a situation where they have to react. Like remember, like what was it, Big Nasty, where he was
shows
on
big, by the
stage and
way.
some guy who was
it's
apparently
big.
gay
Big nasty shows.
tried to
big.
dance with him or something, and he pushed him
Yeah.
back. Did you remember that?
No, I don't remember that, bro.
Yeah, the
No,
guy-
you don't
the
saw
guy
that.
tried to whine on him and he pushed him
Yeah, he
off the stage,
tried to do something. Like Big Nasty was like, even though he's kind of elevated himself to certain levels, the way he pushed him back, you knew it was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, do you get what I mean? I'm still me. Like, don't think I'm here now to start dancing with guys. Do you get what I mean? Like,
he
but
maintained his identity. Yeah, I respect
and it
that.
weren't for me. It weren't a bad. I didn't think it was bad of him to do that because it felt like it looked like the guy was violating him.
Mm-hmm.
It weren't just like, oh, let me try and dance. He seemed to kind of go
proper-
to him a bit too quick.
Trying to whine on him or something.
It just looked mad.
But that's
looked
what.
mad.
But that's what you appreciate about White, like the fact that he's so raw. He's so
Yeah,
raw.
definitely.
But I tell you what, though, once you get elevated to a certain point, and any sport chooses you to be the cover star of this, like there's certain things you have to do. Like you're saying, yeah, he's a bit
Yeah,
more
true.
PC and all that kind of stuff. But that comes with the territory. Once you reach the top and they choose you to be the golden child, you have to fall in line, bro.
Yeah, I hear that.
It
No, I'm
took
not
me-
knocking Joshua. I hear he's
Can I
doing.
say something?
He's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, go on.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, Tyson Fury.
He had all the belts at one stage. He was just himself.
You're right. You're right. But
Yeah,
But
but
no
you know,
one- no
like
one's-
he's a Christian. They made comments about gay community stuff, and then they started to put him in the papers, this, that. Like,
even being that,
I
He
think he
was
took
himself.
coke as well and stuff. Yeah, no, I like him.
So,
I think
he's
he's.
just
I don't.
Is
he's
he
a-
homophobic?
Yeah.
The media.
No,
make it out
I don't
Yeah,
think.
like he
I don't
is,
think
yeah.
he is homophobic, but he just has his views where he doesn't agree with it or something. Do you get what I mean?
biblical views.
Biblical views, yeah. But I only like Fury because he's entertaining.
Yeah.
you can do all that madness if people think you're fun to look at and watch and blah blah. This guy's won belts, but I still don't look at him as a great fighter, right? And again, I've got limited
Did
knowledge.
you say you look at him
I don't
as
look
a
at,
great?
I don't look
oh,
at him as a great,
okay.
and I've got limited
Yeah.
knowledge. Like I said, I know that he's
But the way he
unorthodox.
beat Klitschko was funny though.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Look mad easy for
he's
him.
had moments, and people always say, "Oh, he's awkward to fight against." He's awkward.
He must be.
But he
Yeah.
also leverages that. He's never someone who's looked like he's been in great shape, but he comes in. He's had some good results. Every other time you see him, he looks like a lout, bro. I don't know enough about him, but I say that's
He
how he
ain't got
looks.
No L's.
Yeah.
No, he ain't. He ain't. No.
That's
Like,
mad.
I think
That's-
a few
that's-
years
that's
ago,
valid.
Joshua, it would have been a tricky fight for Joshua. Joshua will beat him up now, in my opinion. But a few years ago, Joshua wouldn't. It was risky to take that fight with Fury, if there was one, basically.
But if you
So-
But
yeah,
why is
I was gonna say,
Parker
do you
out
man-
of shape though?
yeah, no excuse.
He's-
When you're a
he's
sports
not-
person,
he's
your
not-
job is to stay in shape.
Yeah, stay in shape.
I know
get it.
people. I know
Not
people
hitting
who
gym
have full
enough.
9-to-5 jobs, yeah, and they look like flipping like action superheroes, bro. And your job as a boxer is to stay. You're coming into the ring like, looking like that. That's a flipping joke, bro. That's disrespecting your family, you know, because they're backing you whether you could get you knocked out, bro. And you're telling them, I don't even care enough to get in shape, bro. At least have a six pack, bro. Minimum. I'm asking too much.
Trust, I don't get it because they're supposed to. Boxing is supposed to be one of those fit sports like F1 and
It is. It's
boxing
hard,
where
bro.
they
It's
have
hard.
to. They have to be able to do the 12 rounds and like. I don't get it how they just come in the ring looking like
Lewis Hamilton,
anything.
who all he does is sit behind the wheel, bro, and drive around. Don't get me wrong, it's a very tough sport, but in terms of being cut and in shape, you wouldn't think you need to do that. That guy's advertising for flipping Calvin Klein, whatever it is on flipping billboards, and these bums are coming in here looking like pub landlords, bro.
Bro.
What's that?
Like,
It's a bum.
It's the weights though.
But bare of
Yeah.
them look like bums, man.
true.
Even last time I saw what's his name?
They're not doing enough cardio, bro. They're just hitting the weights and that.
What's his name? Last time I saw Belly, bro. I was just like,
oh,
this guy,
belly, yeah.
Belly.
this guy doesn't look like a fighter, bro. Doesn't look like a fighter, bro. Your job, like part of that intimidation, bro. I mean, I know David Haye always looks like a fighter, but he's like, you know, last couple of times been out there, he's been made a mockery of. But
Do you know what?
David
David
Haye
Haye
is
is the
washed,
biggest
man.
letdown, you know.
He's washed.
The biggest letdown.
Why is he washed?
everyone
washed
has their
out,
time,
bro.
man. Because
Because
his
look,
time
he-
is gone, brother, and he keeps on coming back.
Yeah, he should have left it. Should've
Sometimes
left
just
it alone.
leave
He's
the
messing
fight,
up
bro.
his legacy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Man.
he spoiled it.
He is.
But who do you man think Dylan White should fight
Legacy.
next then?
Did they have a legacy?
Because now he's won the Parker fight.
He didn't have a legacy.
He should be.
He
I
lost-
didn't even know. I didn't even know how they even do it, who he should be fighting next. To be honest.
Who,
Bet
Parker?
you any money they're gonna try round him up with
Deontay.
Deontay, yeah.
Yeah.
Who, Parker?
No, Dylan.
Dylan.
Oh, now but now he deserves it.
Yeah,
He deserves
he
it.
deserves
But I
he
don't
deserves a
even
big
think-
fight.
Yeah, that's another one.
I
Deontay.
was saying earlier that I don't think Wilder should take that fight. It's too much of a risk for him.
Is it?
It is.
It's a risk.
Yeah, it is a risk
It's
still.
a risk.
If he loses, yeah, that's it.
It's a big risk. If he loses that fight, he probably ain't gonna get Joshua anytime soon.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he
And
would? Do you
Joshua's
think?
the paycheck.
But do you think he would lose?
Let's say Joshua's the paycheck.
That's what you need to ask yourself. Would he lose though?
Against who?
Would
Wilder.
Wilder lose against
Listen,
White?
people think, yeah.
It's very
Listen,
possible.
listen,
Oh, we talking about the same Wilder.
Wait, let me say something.
Wait, you think Wilder will bag White?
People
One
think,
bag.
yeah.
One bag.
No. Listen,
Swear down.
people,
Go on.
people think that Wilder's a great boxer. Bro, he's not a great
He's
boxer.
not a great boxer, but
He's not a
he's
great
wild.
boxer.
Who's wild?
He is
The
wild.
guy's
still.
aggressive. He doesn't fight normally. He goes in.
But sometimes I see the way he just swings over the
Bro,
top like.
listen. He's not really fighting anyone
White
like
can't
that.
handle that, man. White can't handle that.
I don't know,
Bro,
I've seen
I
White.
don't think that Wilder could handle Dillian White's bangs either. Whoever gets hit will get knocked out, bro.
Are you being serious?
But it's like
Do you know
Tyson
what?
says though, everyone's
Bro,
got a plan to
listen,
get punched in the face,
yesterday-
bruv. Everyone's got a plan to get punched in the face.
Yeah,
bruv.
it's
After
true.
that,
That's the
I
greatest
love that
statement
one.
still.
Bro.
That was
Hear
true.
that, but he doesn't let you punch him in the face.
Let me say
He's
something.
reach and he just comes in
Let me
straight.
say something. Yesterday, Parker got knocked out for the first time, bro. White can bang, you know, bro.
He's got a bang. He has got a bang.
I think he
He has
went
got a
down like
bang.
a ton of bricks. When
yeah,
he
but he still. needs
I remember he
to land,
wobbled
bruv.
AJ as well in that
and
fight.
he wobbled
Like,
AJ, bro.
yeah.
If he was fit, he might have knocked out AJ.
And if he
He
had
needs to
certain
lose a
boxing
bit,
skill, he
bruv. He's
would have
too
probably
heavy.
known
If-
what
if-
to do
if-
He's
next.
too heavy at the
If
moment.
he
That's
was
his
fit,
problem.
if he
Yeah,
was
that's
fit,
it.
These men are coming in here. They're not even looking to get fit, bro. Like, what is that? When you go to a boxing club and you do boxing training, bro, it's disgusting. First of all, you think you're just going to do speed bags and kind of sparring and that. You go in there, bro. You do burpees for about 20 years, bro. Then you do flipping squat thrust for about 30 years. It's going mad. Do you know what I mean?
You man
And
are
then you have
talking
to do
about
all of that,
boxing
bruv.
with one person. We have to talk about Mayweather, bruv. Like he's for me greatest.
The greatest.
For me, in my time anyway, innit?
Yeah. Oh,
you
Since
know-
I've
you
been
know-
alive,
You know what?
innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like people won't like this, but everyone always like Muhammad Ali.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
rate
know
him
him.
like that.
I
I
don't-
rate him in his era, the time he was doing all of his shenanigans and
No. Hey,
like
hey,
his
Charles.
words and stuff.
Charles.
But like
stood up for something, though.
he stood up for
Yeah, he
something,
meant
so like
something.
it's hard to knock him. But in terms of in terms of like
No,
Mike
that
Tyson,
statement,
or
innit? You
Mayweather,
don't look
I
happy at
prefer
all.
Mayweather. I prefer Mike Tyson to Muhammad Ali.
This,
And the worst thing is, yeah, he was good.
no. This is.
Oh yeah, he was
He's
great.
upset.
But how much of what I'm saying is
I
how
went like
much
this, you know.
no no no, but what I mean is how much of his greatness was due to things outside the ring compared to things in the ring.
That's a good question.
He was good in the ring. Everyone knows he's a boxer, not a fighter. Like, you know, he knows how to box. He's a smart guy. But do people attach too much of what he did outside the ring to his greatness?
No, it's one of those thing about Muhammad Ali,
I
right?
think the answer is yes.
But okay, there's some sacrilegious things that are being said. Today.
Because you could say Mayweather
People
should
say-
be greater
people say some
with
wild
his
things,
flawless
bro.
record, but outside the ring they don't want to give him that
No, but
title.
even in-
That's 'cause
even-
he's
even
money.
because of his character.
Because his persona, yeah, how he is.
That's not even it. That's not only it. That's a big part of it. You're right. There's a very big part of it.
It's just hate though.
But no, that's you got to consider also that when Mayweather gets in the ring, his number one priority is not to get hurt, not to hurt the other person. And people watch boxing to see people hurt each other. So that's a big part of it. So everyone goes, oh yeah, people don't like Mayweather because he's a dick, splashing money. Fine, people don't like. But even as a boxer, people respect him. But the reason they don't like him as much as they should do is because the man goes in there not to get hurt. He's a defensive genius, bro. But we watch games, we watch all kinds of sports to see the offense, to see the attack.
But when he goes on the offensive, he's impressive.
How many
You
times
Mayweather.
have you seen that, Charles?
Yeah. Count. You're
Yeah,
talking
but
about
counter
counting.
punch. But when he lets his hands go, Mayweather's impressive.
It's rare,
but
bro.
it's very rare. Yeah, it is rare.
Tyson has
To knock you out, yeah.
Tyson's
Tyson was coming
my
in to
goat
knock you
of
out.
boxing,
in
personally.
the first 30 seconds, Tyson's trying to kill you, bro.
what everyone
And
wanted to
everyone
watch
wants to see that.
He's trying to kill you before you get in the
whereas
ring, man. The guy's
Mayweather's like,
the
let
guy's-
me last 12 rounds.
Guy's on it.
You know, cool.
Points.
So point. What,
Yeah. In out.
Yeah, ding, ding,
In
ding,
out.
ding.
And then he'll guard.
Bang. Done. I've
But
won.
you
got rated, though.
Money. And I respect that.
He's paid,
But
man.
that's
He got
not
rated.
why- That's not why I tune
paid.
in to watch it. Do you see what I mean? Like it's like
No, you tune in for entertainment,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying,
Mayweather's
bro.
entertain me. Tyson's entertain me in ways that, and they're
All
it's
different.
completely different.
They're different.
Entertainment.
It's completely different styles.
the
Like
most entertaining
different.
thing
But
about Mayweather is
I was
watching someone trying
entertained
to
by
break him down.
Mayweather. I was entertained by Tyson, but completely different
You're not-
ways.
Are you entertained by Mayweather, or are you entertained,
when
or are
he's-
you entertained by the person trying to beat Mayweather? Do you see what I mean? Because I spend the time watching. I'm watching Pacquiao. I'm watching Pacquiao.
That's a good
thinking
one
to
still.
myself,
Good
is
question.
Pacquiao gonna get him? Like, remember
Nah,
when
but-
Hatton Popper felt like
Nah,
that shit,
that's
bruv?
true.
Do you
Actually,
see what
I did want to see. I did want to see Mayweather
Can you unpick that
get
guy's
banged.
defense, bro? Can you do that? That's what I'm excited to see. It's not because Mayweather's doing anything exciting.
That's true.
Nah,
That's true.
Maybe, but
Good point.
Mayweather versus
Good point.
Mayweather, that would be a boring fight.
In this argument,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
come out like
that's
Tyson,
true.
bruv, and now your days, bruv. You're like,
no.
so be angry.
Like Tyson,
What's going on? What's
whatever.
going on?
No, but what I'm trying to say, I get what I think I understand what you mean. But when I watch Mayweather, I'm definitely looking for the way he's gonna counter punch, the way he's gonna slip punches, and yeah, you are entertained by the guys that run at
Trying
him
to
and
bag
try
him.
and like Madonna and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're entertaining, but I'm not expecting them to actually hit Mayweather.
Yeah, I don't think.
And
anyone-
like
I don't think we are,
even though you're like, you might be like, are they gonna get through? Are they gonna get through?
Doesn't.
It doesn't really cross my mind to say that's a possibility. Like Mayweather for me is just he's almost not perfection, but he's almost there in terms of like for me he's like the best boxer to watch in terms of boxing skills,
No, but would you
slipping punches and punching back.
Would
It
you say he picked his fights though?
yeah, but all of them
All
do
of them
that.
pick their fights.
Yeah,
All
they all
of
pick
them.
their
Well,
fights,
you have to,
man.
bruv. If you want to make
All
dough, you have
of
to pick
them.
your fights,
Definitely.
bruv.
He definitely picked his fights, bro.
Tyson.
But now we're talking
That's
about.
what I'm saying. Tyson would have just jumped in
But Tyson-
and done the same shit.
You're right, but Tyson's also an animal. Like part of the reason why you like
Yeah,
him
yeah,
because
yeah.
then he's only part human.
Yeah.
He's only part human. The guy's a savage.
No, but
If you were to,
I've
if you were
never- I
to cross
don't
like
like-
a wild beast with a boxer, that's Tyson, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
an
but-
experiment, bro.
yeah, I get it.
Especially in his day as well.
Should be.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's
In
a
his
bad guy.
day, he was a madman. Still.
But
bad man.
yeah, off the camera, yeah, I'm not interested in Tyson. But
Yeah, convicted rapist, bro. I mean,
nah, maybe. But that lady,
Alright,
what's
allow
her
it,
name?
allow it.
Robin, whatever.
Robbie Given.
Yeah, when I saw her, there was a show where they were both there. And the way she buoyed him off, did you see that? Where they were both on the couch getting interviewed, and she must have said one or two things. I can't remember exactly, but I don't know. She could. All right, yeah,
Well, yeah,
it's a
we'll
touchy
do
subject.
that for another day.
Touchy,
Yeah, we'll do that for another time. But now obviously, boxing is taking forefront because the football season is still, we're still waiting to kick that off.
But
Liverpool gonna win the league. This
you're
year.
mad.
Liverpool are gonna
You
win
can't
the
say
league.
that. You
No, I
can't
like
say
I
that.
like
Easy.
Charles because he's got hot takes, bro. He says wild
Yeah,
things.
that's
Wow.
a wild statement.
Yeah.
How can you just say Liverpool are going
I
to win the
swear you
league?
support Tottenham.
Who do you support?
Who supports
I
Tottenham?
support Tottenham. That's me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who do
Alright,
you support?
cool. Liverpool, innit?
Okay, and that's why your bold statement is Liverpool. Gonna
No,
win the
we've
league.
improved.
Because you
We've
bought
bought
You're
some
going to
players.
win the league.
We've bought great players.
Who you haven't seen play yet?
Of course, I've seen them play.
No, with Liverpool.
Yeah, pre-season.
Jamie, I remember
Bro,
when
you
we
can't-
we
But
signed-
look,
you
that's
can't
like
count
signing
pre-season.
Sanchez and saying, "Have you not seen him play?" You saw him play at Arsenal. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and what did he do at Man United?
Hey,
Look,
hey,
I
hey,
don't
hey,
care.
hey,
I don't
hey,
care, but
hey,
I'm
hey,
just
hey.
saying. I'm
That's
just
Watch
your
saying.
this
example.
season. Hey, that's a
He's-
dig,
yeah,
That's
bro.
your example. So
Yeah.
let's see
Hey,
it
no,
through
no,
that.
hold on.
Let's see it
These
through.
guys are
Sanchez-
midfielders. They're different.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
Nah.
Liverpool, Man U.
I did.
Yeah,
I saw the
nobody
highlights.
watched
But
it.
look,
No one
trust me,
watched it.
we've got Cater. He's gonna do bits. You saw him with
Let him do bits.
LP
Let him do bits first.
Ziegberg or whatever in Germany.
I'll be Leipzig.
I'll be
but alright.
Leipzig.
Fabinho's
Yeah,
in.
right.
Yeah.
The jury's out still on him, but
Why?
he looks good.
He was good for Monaco, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then
Oh, so that's he's gonna be live for. He's
yeah, he's
gonna be
good
live
then.
for you guys.
Shaqiri, overhead kick the other day.
Bruv, come on, man.
Yeah, I know you liked it still.
Bruv,
You
come
support
on.
Man U, innit?
Yeah, I'm a Man U fan.
Or Arsenal.
No, I'm a Man United
Do you
fan.
remember,
Oh, Man U.
do you remember when you guys
Oh,
signed
okay.
Andy Carroll?
Cool.
Do you remember when you signed Andy Carroll?
Yeah, for
I
how much
didn't
is
sign
it?
it.
Was
No,
That was
I thought it was like 50
that was
million or
desperate.
something.
Yeah, because of Torres, that was
it
desperate.
doesn't matter. He banged goals in the league. You guys bought him.
No,
No,
go
but
back
we
to-
didn't play to
go
his
back to his
strengths.
statement that
We
he said
didn't play to
Liverpool
his
are gonna win
strengths.
the
Oh
league,
yeah,
though.
it's true. Okay, yeah. So why are
That's
Liverpool gonna win the league?
ridiculous,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Because-
Yeah, you can't really.
Because
Because
towards
Man
the
City
end,
what?
towards the end of last season, we had a good defense or goal conceding record.
Yeah.
So it improved a lot.
So you improved.
Because
Yeah.
you bought Dyke
Wait,
for
hold on.
70 something
Yeah, go on.
million.
Yeah, partly because of that, but I think we started improving before then. The goalkeepers now got like rid of basically. Both of them were shit. Now we've got Alisson, broke records. Look, this when you break defensive player record, goalkeeping record, there's intent.
You've
Yeah.
got the intent, but
And
you
we
can't
were-
say a
we-
statement
yeah.
you're going to win the
And,
league, bro.
and we drew about 7 games where we should have won because we were leading.
Everyone
and,
can say that. Everyone.
No, not everyone can say
we
that.
can say that.
Okay, fine.
If you
Not when you're
compare, if you
leading,
compare
fine.
Liverpool's matches to the other matches where Man U drew
Mm-hmm.
and they're chasing the game to equalize in the last minute, they get those Mourinho times now. That's different
Oh, it's
to
cool.
when Liverpool clearly are battering a team and then your goalkeeper bloody gifts them a goal, or your defense like Lovren, he's shit as well.
But he's
Lovren
your
is
starting
shit.
centre back. He's just starting centre
But
back.
he started.
Yeah, but look, just
This
well,
is a team that
look,
can win the league with a team with a
All
centre
right.
back that shit.
Lovren.
Name one
Oh,
team
my
that won the
days.
league with a shit centre back.
Leicester.
No.
Hey, King of the Hoop were the guys that season, bruv. They
Leicester
were
centre
towers,
backs are
bruv.
calm.
no, but
you
they
know.
were just booting it. Remember?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they were doing. It was effective, bruv. Nothing Lovren was doing was effective. Nothing
And
he was doing was
Kante,
effective.
Ah,
yeah,
Kante's-
and
Kante's a
Drinkwater
beast,
protecting them
actually.
still. But look, what I'm trying to say is we've improved our squad
Yeah,
and
fine.
building on
That I
last
agree
season.
with.
Arguably, we were second best team to City, not looking at the league table.
Why don't you say you're going to be contenders, bro?
We
talking about?
scored.
Say you're
going
gonna
to
be
most
contenders.
of goals, and we just conceded far too many early on and drew a couple of games.
You guys were
7
better than us
draws
last
that
season.
should have been wins means we would either been first or second.
you weren't better than us
We've
last
improved.
season.
Ooh.
Who's
You weren't better
than
than Tottenham
Tottenham?
last season. You weren't.
I'll let you man debate that
What,
because we
because
both
you
know you
finished
weren't better
ahead
than
of us?
Man U.
Okay,
so-
first of all,
Is that why?
men lie, women lie, numbers don't, bruv. We finished
Oh,
ahead of
see,
you.
yeah, no, you.
But even if
that's
you
your
take,
only
but
argument.
even if you take that out of
That
it,
is your
even if you
only
take that out, we had a
argument.
better defense than you guys, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to see the difference. I think the goals you scored won't be more than 5 goals more than us, bruv.
No, we did.
What?
No, how many? Show me numbers, bruv. Show me numbers.
Yeah, Salah was on it still.
Your phone up, man.
Salah only scored 1 more goal than Harry Kane. You don't want to
Someone
talk
bring
about
that
Salah?
up. Someone
One
bring that
more.
up.
Still, it was
no.
more than one more.
Salah
No,
finished
no,
on
no,
When
no,
Kane's-
no. He scored a bit more than
No,
that.
It was about
check
3
out
Was it
goals.
one?
Look at
When Kane's bloody
I'm happy for you guys to
collecting
check it
goals
now.
that didn't touch
So
his hair.
It wasn't only
Hey.
2 or 3. It weren't much.
If someone shows me now,
It weren't much, but
If
It was
someone
more than
showed
one
me now-
though.
did
if
Kane
someone
score
showed me-
40 plus goals in all competitions? No, he didn't.
he also missed,
didn't.
He also was injured and missed 10 games.
No,
bruv.
I like Kane. Kane, you can't.
Yeah,
I
Kane-
rate Kane.
bruv.
Don't get me wrong, but you can't say, nah.
What do you mean?
Who's a better
Salah.
player?
Kane's a better player. Straight.
What, Kane or Salah?
Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
In my team?
You're neutral, so who would you
Yeah.
rather have?
Yeah,
Actually,
I'll take
You
Kane.
could take Kane.
I'll
You know
take
what?
Kane.
The thing
Kane's
about
been more
Kane-
consistent, bruv. Like he's
Last
been doing
season,
it for the last couple
Salah,
of
I think Salah
seasons.
finished on 32 goals last season. Kane finished on 31.
No. Salah finished on 34.
No, for the league.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Wasn't it 34? Because he got a Premiership record.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
he was the first player in a what do you call it, in a 38 game season to score.
34 goals.
Was it 34 goals?
I think it was 34.
Okay, let's see the numbers anyway.
Either 34.
The bottom line with me is that you can't be talking like Liverpool are like he is ahead of Tottenham. You guys are talking about
No.
Charles. I accept the fact that
Look,
you've
I'll
improved.
accept Liverpool are
Yeah.
going to be contenders.
Oh, look,
I accept that.
For the
I
league
do
now.
accept that you've
Look,
improved.
at the end of the
in
day, yeah.
contention.
At the end of
But
the
you say they're
day,
going to win the league.
at the end of the day,
Can't
I
say
think
that,
I
bro.
have the right to say Liverpool are going to win the league because they've shown me enough intent and they've improved on last season. And I think the improvement, what we've done, is exactly what we needed. You have your opinion.
No,
You
no,
can say
you're right.
Tottenham are going to win the league,
No, but I
but no
wouldn't say
one's
that.
definitely going to
Who's
believe
gonna
you.
win the league? Who
I think Man City gonna win the league.
Man City
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. Because people need to remember.
What about you, Mark?
Sorry.
What do you think Tottenham's gonna come?
Tottenham.
Top 4.
No, I think they'll drop
I
out.
think we might drop out.
I think
No, but
Tottenham are out.
Arsenal are gonna drop out.
I think we
No, I
might-
think Arsenal get in.
Arsenal,
I don't think they'll
Arsenal need
be
to get in before they
gelled
can
by
drop
now.
out. Arsenal need to
Top
get in before they
four.
can drop out. First of all, those bums aren't even. They haven't even. Arsenal need to get in before they can drop out, bro. Everyone's talking about they're gonna drop out. They weren't there to begin with. First of all, last 2 seasons relevant. I said it on camera straight. Bun Arsenal. But listen, yeah. The fact of the matter is, people need to remember this season, Arsenal don't have any European football. They've got a new manager.
That's
and
why
that,
they're gonna
that
get top four.
impetus, that energy, that not having any other responsibility means that they can do that, bro. No. So
No,
actually-
they're in Europa League.
Are they in Europa?
They're in Europe.
I don't think they are. Or maybe they
Come
are.
on, guys, man. Arsenal in
No, they're
Europa
in
League,
Europe.
bro.
Oh wait.
100%.
Maybe there's.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
no, Arsenal
they're
in Europa League.
They're in Europa.
No, they are.
Come sixth.
No, they are. They're in Europa League.
I don't look anywhere below 4th.
Arsenal in the Europa League. They are in Europa League.
Okay, fine. But
They're in
the
Europa
chances
League.
are they won't take it seriously. The chances are. But if not,
That
if
manager's
yeah,
won Europa 2 times.
I think he's won it 3
With
times.
Seville.
I think he's won it 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, Seville.
But my thing is that not having as much, definitely not having Champions League will make a difference.
Of course.
And I think having that new manager is gonna make a difference. And I think Arsenal, I can see them comfortably breaking top 4.
that's what I said. I think Arsenal.
I
top
can
four.
see them. Sorry.
Chelsea.
Well,
got a
yeah,
serious manager.
they've got a serious manager.
Is he good?
Serious
He's
manager.
good. He has
Footballing
a
manager.
great
Yeah.
style of football at Napoli, but he's also
Sorry.
a bit of a
Don't
mad
like
guy.
that much.
So if him and the board don't get along, it could be all flipping. It could be typical Chelsea that way everything just blows up. It's a mad thing. But Mark, you were saying earlier when we were talking off air about players who had a big thing to prove this season.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of players, some players in the Prem, have got certain points to prove.
Obviously, half of the Liverpool squad.
Yeah, like a
Charles,
lot
who do you
of.
think they've made it back? Like, who do you think needs to?
I think one of them is my boy Pogba. I think he needs to come. He needs to come and show what he did for France.
How much of that is his responsibility versus Mourinho's?
It's a bit of both. To
Yeah,
be
you're
honest
right.
with
He
you.
scored 32 goals, I think.
It's a bit
in
of
the
both.
league.
But
Sorry, Mark. Let me just pause you for a second.
Go on.
Hassan,
we had a stat. We got a stat.
Breaking news. I said, wait, what? I was what? Sorry, Charles?
I think you heard me the
No,
first time.
Charles. The people didn't hear Charles.
But
Use the
look,
mic,
look,
innit?
obviously,
I
Mo was
right.
the man
I
last
just wanna
season,
I just want
innit?
to say, was I right?
Yeah, Pearso.
Pearso.
This is just Google. I don't even know what website this is.
You say Google's wrong.
Well, I just want to watch Sky Sports, innit?
Okay.
Have that.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. Go on.
No, it's cool. So yeah, Pogba. I think it's both. Mourinho's definitely got a big part to play with Pogba. With Pogba not performing for Man United, 100%. I think it dictates to him too much what he needs to be doing. Too much of a defensive role.
That's the Mourinho
Let
way.
Pogba be Pogba, bruv, and you will get the best out of him. That is the Mourinho way, and I'm not happy with Mourinho at the moment. I support Man United, so I've got to
I
support
don't
my
know
team.
why Mourinho doesn't let Drogba do what, not Drogba, Pogba do what he allowed Lampard to do. Lampard, he was just pretty much like just arrive there, make a contribution in the final third, let people like Makalele or whoever like support you, and you go and do that thing. I don't know why he doesn't let.
I swear he started to bench Lampard at some point, though. Well, he probably
No, he
benched
didn't,
everyone.
bruv.
No,
What,
I-
Lampard?
I'll say one thing I'll say about Lampard is that he was a goal scorer.
Yeah, always.
And when you're scoring goals,
Mourinho will like you.
it's hard to like tell man don't do that.
Yeah.
Pogba is not always gonna get
He's
you
the
them
goals.
How many goals did he score last season? 6.
About 6 or 5. It
That's
wasn't a lot,
That's a valid
but
point.
his assists were
Lampard
decent.
gave you 23 or something.
No, but that's a valid point.
Like,
But
normally.
he looked at
At least
Lampard.
15.
He looked at Lampard and said, "This is what you do best. Go forth and do it." So why are you looking at Pogba saying, "This is
Yeah.
what you do best and don't do it"? Do you see what I mean? I understand
true.
when you're scoring goals, it's hard to
Yeah,
argue. But the fact of the matter is, he looks and said, "Look, let's be honest. Lampard had a decent range of passing, but his main contribution was knowing when to arrive at that box."
Energetic, he can pass, he's aggressive, because he was making challenges as well. I didn't see, obviously I'm not a manager, so I don't see what Mourinho sees in terms of what he told him to do. But I saw him get benched and shipped out, and I'm thinking, how the hell do you do that to that kind of player?
Mourinho-
He's
And
done it
Mourinho's
to loads of
he's
players.
got history of
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah,
he
he
can't
does.
spot,
If,
I personally
you
don't
know,
think spot talent like that, bro.
So maybe the problem's Mourinho, not Pogba, and not. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And De Bruyne, Mourinho's he's something else still. I
I-
swear. he
I-
was
But you can
benching
see
Willian
Pogba's
as well.
mentality dips a little bit as well.
Is
Like,
Mourinho not the special one anymore?
no, he's not.
Nah, he's
He's
normal
not.
now.
He's a normal guy.
He's not.
But it's
But he's
special.
He's still
No,
he still
he's-
wins. He still
Look,
bring the
He's
trophies.
a winner. Like
Why
if
do you lot say he's not the special one?
How much does he spend?
I've never,
it's not special
thought-
like that. Klopp's the new special one.
No,
What?
Oi,
Yeah,
this guy's
what do you
wild,
mean?
bruv. This guy's wild.
Yeah, he's wild like Klopp, bro.
Bruv,
He's
innit?
wild
Like,
like
Klopp is
Klopp.
a new special one still.
No.
Klopp's not a
He is,
special
he is.
one, bro.
Klopp has never been special.
He's not
When
special.
we win the league, you'll tell me something.
When Klopp
different.
gets to finals, he don't brings home the trophy.
Yeah, fine, fair
I'll
enough.
that-
tell you what, listen.
But
If
do
you
you know
do
what?
your
Do you know
stats on
what?
that,
Do you
you'll
know
see
what?
how many
He's
trophies.
had players that have been playing out of their skin or better than the players we've
That's
got.
'cause
Don't
he
forget,
gets his
a lot
players-
of them are
players
shit.
will run
A
through
lot of
the
them
roof
are
for Klopp.
shit. Don't
Charles,
forget.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna. I'll tell you right now.
I mean, those
bruv.
players we had
If you win
before
the league,
last season's transfer window.
If
and
they-
stuff,
if they
I'm
win the
talking
league.
about
yeah, if you guys win the league,
yeah.
guaranteed, I will say to you, Charles. Look, you're right. You guys,
Damn
are,
right, I'll
are,
be right.
Are the special
We'll
one.
see anyway.
But it's not gonna happen, so I'm not even sure. But you know, another thing that was came out this week, bro, is I don't know if you lot heard it. R. Kelly's "I Admit" track.
Oh gosh.
So Kels, the Pied Piper, aka the Aura, aka the R and R&B.
He must be broke, and then
Yeah, he's trying to make a
First of
comeback,
all,
bro.
Have you heard how many
the
times
patterns.
"I Believe I Can Fly" gets played? That guy's not broke. He can't get broke. He can't go broke. It's not gonna happen.
I think he is.
No,
I think
he's
he's.
broke.
I don't think he's broke, but I think he needs to.
He wants
to
a
produce
comeback,
money.
man.
Yeah, he
He's
needs
trying
to
to make a
work.
comeback.
Plus, he only
needs to
dates
work.
kids, so those dates aren't expensive.
That's
first
the
of
only
all.
those kids.
He only dates kids, so his dates aren't expensive, bro. His dates aren't expensive, bro. McDonald's Happy Meal, what's the problem, bro?
Oh. God.
Anyway,
Love it.
I admit, yeah, this 19-minute track, this guy's dropped.
He
How you
doesn't.
making a track for 19
Yeah.
minutes?
People,
No, but he's different. He's always not always, but he's done that closet one.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
there
yeah.
was
Chelsea
yeah.
does it. That
I
was-
don't even know how many
was
chapters
it.
they were, but
That was a
They were
tune
like
still.
15 or something.
Yeah.
it might have been.
What?
Yeah, I think I heard about 8.
Because I heard like 3. Then I stopped.
But do you
that
remember
when
back in the
it
day?
started getting homophobic.
Yeah, they locked it off,
Bro,
yeah.
I heard it like 15, bro.
15.
Back in the day, there was, do you remember on MTV Base, Big and Bashy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd always rush to see which one to come out next. And you always piss when they played what you really see.
See the before,
Yeah.
yeah.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, R. Kelly, he's a scumbag, man. But the guy's a genius. The guy's a flipping genius, man. He's the only person
But I
that
have to
makes
stop
tunes,
at
bro.
scumbag though, man.
No, he's a
He's a scumbag, bro.
He's a scumbag.
Yeah.
But he's the
No,
only
but
guy who
look,
can
the
make
thing
tracks
is,
for
yeah,
strip clubs and church, bro. He's the only person who can do that. He's
No,
the
but
only
the
person.
thing about okay, I'm not gonna dispute him being a scumbag, but at the same time, if he's an artist, yeah,
Yeah.
and he gets inspiration from feeling on the girl's
Nah,
booty,
yeah.
as they say, or
Big tune
a
though.
sexual,
Big tune.
Big
intimate
tune. Big
thing,
tune.
and he's written songs while he's been doing that. So it's just like a normal artist who
No,
gets
but-
a naked woman to
Nah,
lie there,
Charles, that's
and he's
cool.
drawing her
No,
or
Charles,
something. Do you get what I mean?
I
So you're saying he gets
That's
his
where the songs
artwork
come
from?
Yeah, but now I get that. But
He's
when,
an artist.
But when
Why don't we treat? Because if it's another field, sorry to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
no,
if it's
no.
another field, it's accepted as this is art.
but they're
Yeah.
This
kids
is what he's
though.
doing.
But they're
No,
kids.
but we
But
don't
he's-
know. Okay,
Okay, we've seen videos.
Come on, you know, bro.
We've seen
there's
videos.
allegations because they're 16
yeah,
stroke
yeah.
17. I don't know. Maybe they're kids where they're 15. We don't know for sure, unless.
R. Kelly,
And it's hard to get someone who's not chasing clout
Bro.
to say, "Oh, I was a victim" or this or that.
they said to R. Kelly, "Are you in to teenage girls?" His response is, "When you say
How young?
teenage, how old?" Are you
Yeah, because he's allowed to have sex with a 19-year-old.
No, you're right.
He's
You're
allowed
right.
to have sex with an
No,
18-year-old,
you're
I
right,
think.
But he didn't
in
come out.
America.
But he didn't come
Maybe
out.
in some
But he didn't
states.
come out and say, "As long as they're over 18 or as long as they're of age."
On
he
the
said,
song-
"How young are we
Yeah,
talking?"
yeah.
That my set, Charles. That
That
gives
just
you
shows his
insight into-
mindset.
That gives you exactly
into his
what-
mindset.
That shows
It
you
does,
who you're
but
dealing with,
it's
bro.
not. Yeah, but
A scumbag.
It's scumbag, bro.
Yeah, it kind of gives you that sense, but it's not.
Kind of.
It's not. It's not factual to say that's what he is or that's what he.
I
It
feel very
leads you down that
comfortable.
road, but
I
it's
feel
not.
very comfortable in saying that. R.
It's
Kelly's
not
a scumbag.
definitive to say that is what he does. He didn't admit anything that you want to hear.
He admitted like stuff like how he's broke. Like apparently he signed away all his illustration because he can't read, innit?
Yeah,
He
he
can't
said
read.
Yeah,
He
so
said he can't read.
basically he got bumped and stuff.
R. Kelly can't read.
Yeah,
didn't
he
know
said
that.
couldn't
He can't
read.
read.
The teleprompter, he said I can't read properly. He dropped out of
He
school.
said that
Oh yeah, he did say he
ain't got
dropped
no
out of school in
money.
that track. He did say that, yeah.
he ain't got no money.
I didn't know you can't. So someone who's written some of the greatest tracks of our time.
I believe I could
Yeah,
fly in
people,
that.
Lawyers,
PRS money.
managers, everyone's eating from it, and yeah, he's PRS. He don't own loads of stuff.
All right, stay in
He
school,
signed
kids.
it away.
Yeah.
He didn't even
Stay
know.
in school. Stay in school.
Yeah.
Stay in
Yeah.
school, go college, go uni.
Yeah.
That's sad because he was.
What goes around comes around, or is that? Oh, that's sad.
No, that's sad because look. Do you know what?
That's sad. That's
It
not
is sad because
No, that's
I
not
think
sad.
there's other.
It's not sad.
No, no.
That's what I said. It's not. It's
No,
not
if you-
sad, bro.
If you lost his money,
It's not sad.
if you lost his money,
It's
You
sad,
shouldn't be
innit?
fucking little
yeah,
girls.
Yeah,
No, it's not sad. Oh,
You
right.
shouldn't be fucking little
No,
girls.
but you know, you can't convict.
You can't.
You've never been convicted. You know?
Bruv, you're smiling.
I
you
know.
know it's true, man. You know what he did, bruv. You
But
know
there's
what
been
he did.
videos, bro. Man tried to say it was not me, it's my cousin. What is that?
No, he said it was
One
his
of those
brother, I
ones.
think.
Yeah, bro.
Well, the doors
Man
was-
said,
his
"Aye,
brother
that's
don't
not me,
speak
bro.
to
That's
him
my
or something."
cousin, bro. That's my cousin. That's a mad thing, bro.
He was saying he got set up.
Well,
Shout out to R. Kelly, though.
Yeah, yeah. If you,
No,
hey,
yeah,
hey,
no,
Kels, you want to come on the show?
you know
bro?
what?
Shout out.
We're here.
The thing is, yeah, he may be a scumbag, but the reason why he deserves a shout out is because at one point he was by far the hardest working artist. He did his album, Isley Brothers, another artist at the same time, like help produce
Chuck,
and
I see what you're saying.
right. I mean, right, like as in
I see what you're saying.
He-
Like, bro, I just play
he's
Piper.
got a catalogue in it.
Yeah,
He's got
catalogue
tracks.
like
He's got
where it's
tracks.
just like, oh right,
And
and you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah. Yeah,
listen
he
to
does.
his
You're
music
absolutely
no
right,
matter
Charles.
what happens.
But I tell you what, yeah. Do you know who else works hard, bro? I work hard. No one's giving me shout outs, bro. And I don't touch kids. Bro. Okay? That's the bottom line, bro. This guy's getting away with murder, bro. Well, not murder, paedophilia. But he's getting away with that stuff. And he thinks that he can just drop out stuff
Alright.
like, I admit.
No, but the thing is,
he's
yeah,
no one's
He's
disputing-
trying to make a comeback.
No one's
man.
disputing
That's what
his
he's saying, I admit.
contribution to music, like even his contribution to culture in general. The guy, like I said a million times, as a producer, as a writer, as a vocalist, the guy's a genius, bro. But it doesn't take away from the fact that he does some very unsavory things.
But when they talk about sex slaves and holding people
Sex
against their
slaves?
will,
Yeah.
that dilutes his real accusation of the kids because it's like, are these guys just accusing him of everything they can?
No, that's
Do you
a
get
good
what I
point.
mean?
That's
like,
a good point.
That's what when they bring these recent stuff up, it's just like, hold on a minute, I've seen this before, but now I'm older, I could see it from a different angle, and everyone thinks he slept with underage girls. Even I do.
Yeah.
But
Even
at
There
the
you
end
go.
of the day,
Even
Charles,
I do.
Even me.
no, I do think he probably has. Like, as in,
Everyone knows he did. Wait, now, yeah, he probably
no,
has. Like,
my opinion is he did,
He
something
did.
wrong. Yeah.
Nah, Charles, I want you. Do you think he had sex with underage
Yes.
girls? Okay, fine.
Yes,
cool.
but obviously I don't know. So for me, that's what I'd put my money on.
That's what I need to hear.
Yeah.
You get me? But at the same time,
Didn't think so as well.
Yeah.
At the same time, when I heard-
definitely think he did. I
when
saw
I
one
heard the
documentary on
accusations-
BBC Two on him.
Yeah.
Did you see
oh
it?
no, but that I didn't like that.
You didn't
though.
like that?
No, was it
I
the
think it was
guy?
good. Pardon?
The guy, one guy that was going around trying to find
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
But
yeah.
look at those two women outside somewhere, high school, that they looked like clout chasers. Said, oh yeah, when we were here at school, he used to roll up and pick up girls and this and that and stuff. And it's just like, hold on a minute. Why are you saying it now, for one? Maybe they've been saying it before, but they were just telling their story, and it just looked like they wanted to be on camera.
R. Kelly was
He
on
didn't
it
have
from
any
day, man.
weight behind
the
it,
Leah
like-
thing, everything. He just like
His manager's the one that sold him out, though.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and that showed it in that documentary.
Yeah,
that
his manager was shady still.
yeah, his manager
Well,
just
R.
gave him
Kelly's
up.
also shady, bro. He's also shady, bro. Running out here touching kids.
Nah, allow that.
It's a long.
Like, yeah, the song, he doesn't admit anything you wanna really know. Like,
Fair enough. I mean,
Oh,
you know,
Kels.
to me, bro, Kels is a
Oh,
Again,
Kells
shout out
with
to
the
R.
girls.
Kelly.
yeah.
Shout out
If
to
you
R.
want to
Kelly.
come on, if you want to come on and have a chat, like exclusive, come through, Kels.
You can come and admit on the show.
Yeah. I'm ready to beef you 1-on-1. You know, I was at a house party the other day, and someone brought
Why
out.
didn't you invite me, bruv?
Yeah, no, bruv.
It was one of those ones.
Yeah, one of them ones, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, basically. There wasn't going to really give any reason, but yeah. And it got me thinking. Someone raised like a hypothetical, and I was always thinking about how interesting it is when you get given a hypothetical and how it gives you an insight into how someone thinks. Right. So before we coming on here, I thought, let me try and dig one out to get you lot's head spun a little bit. So I got to read this one out. Yeah. All right. So you are like a paramedic, right? So you work for the ambulance, whatever it is, and you've just been called to the scene of an accident. And when you get there, the car belongs to your wife. Obviously, you're shook. So you rush over to see who's trapped in the car, and you see she's trapped with another man. So you're like, okay.
What?
Then she's Marks, don't get vexed yet. Then she sees you, yeah, and she's barely conscious, but she manages to get out the words, "I'm sorry."
Oh.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mark.
Keep going, bro. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
So you
I'm
understand?
listening.
You understand what
You're the ambulance guy.
Yeah, you're the paramedic.
You're at work.
guy, innit? You're like,
You're at work,
my
man.
hands.
yeah. So you're like, you don't really understand, but her look kind of answers your question. The man next to her must be her lover, whom she's been having an affair with. So you reel back in shock. You're devastated. You can see in her eyes the deception, but then you see like how bad the actual accident and the situation is. Right? You see that she's seriously hurt and she needs attention right away. But even if she gets the attention, there's a very high chance she'll die anyway. And you look at the seat next to her and you see her lover, innit? He's bleeding heavily from a wound to the neck. And you need to stem the flow of blood.
Sorry.
So you can save the lover pretty much.
What's wrong with the wife?
Okay. So I don't know all I know is that she started really bad. She's got a high chance of going. Right?
High chance of dying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's call it like 8%. Right? 8% chance that she'll die. Right? And the guy next to her has got a wound to the neck and he needs to stem the blood flow because he's losing blood drastically. And it'll only take about 5 minutes to stop. But in that 5 minutes, your wife will definitely die. Right? But if you tend to her for whatever reason, the man will bleed to death despite the fact that it could be avoided. So, you can save your wife, right? Okay. You can save your wife, or you can take the 5 minutes to stem the blood flow of her supposed lover, right? And save him, right? So, who do you work on first?
But your wife is likely to die anyway.
She's likely to die anyway.
Fuck them both.
Do you know what? It'll depend on the day. It'll depend on the day.
I'm leaving them both.
You're leaving them both?
Yeah, they're dead to me.
You're just...
Yeah, but you lose your job or whatever and stuff. But do you know what?
You're your job!
No, I'm just saying, like,
I think you're a good guy or you're a weird guy. I don't know.
But when you work in a hospital, if you work in a hospital, whatever, if you're a doctor, that's your career. If you're an ambulance driver, that's your career. So it does come into it in that sense. But look, I've got two answers.
Yeah.
One, I saved the guy to kill him later.
That's a good answer.
I saved my wife and the guy can die. Like,
would you take your wife back?
Depend on the day. No, probably not. But it would depend.
You're a good guy, Charles. You're a good guy.
No, but you don't know what exactly is actually going on.
What were you gonna say? Because you had a look in your eyes that kind of got me shook. I'm gonna put it out there, bro.
That's manslaughter. That's manslaughter.
What's manslaughter?
Manslaughter. But if you don't attend to them, that's manslaughter. You're willingly letting them.
I'll try, but I'm not wholehearted.
You hold a hand up and take a bloody pulse.
I'll try, but you just.
So you're letting them both die.
Yeah, man.
Bear in
I'm
mind,
letting them both go.
though.
Go on.
This guy, let's assume he's single, right? This guy's...
He's fucking my wife.
No. Hold on.
He might not.
Conversation.
Hold on. Let me just check. First of all, he's been making love to your wife.
Yes.
Yeah. But I just want to say, let's put it into perspective, yeah, because really, he hasn't got any.
Exactly.
He hasn't got
making love.
Does it depend?
Make it sound so
Is
soft.
there a difference if he's making love or
he's fucking?
her?
Yeah.
There is.
Got no respect, bro.
Right.
No, but real talk, yeah. Real talk.
If he's fucking her, that's different.
He's got no loyalty. He's got no loyalty to you. He doesn't know you. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, he didn't know me. He didn't know I exist.
No, but does he know you exist?
Even if he knows
that might be different.
Hold on,
did he know I existed?
Even if he doesn't know you, whether he knows you exist or not, right? Even if he knows, like he's got no loyalty to you. You're just a guy, bruv. You're just a guy. You're just her husband,
guy.
like you're just any guy, bro. Whereas her,
Any
like,
random.
yeah. You don't mean he doesn't have a relationship with you. You don't mean, it's not like he's your boy who screwed you over or your brother or your cousin. He doesn't know you, bro. So to him, does he deserve to die because your wife is chung and he went to?
Yeah, he does, bro.
Why?
Because I'm a man. I wouldn't fuck with no one else's girl.
No,
and he knows that I've got. He knew that I had a girl.
You're right, but your code.
So there's a code.
Your code of conduct doesn't apply to everyone, though. You saying you wouldn't mess with a guy. Another guy's wife, and I respect that, right?
Oh.
I respect that, but you bear in mind for him, he's got no loyalty.
Yeah, see, a lot of men then would, so he would. So that's all. Leave him to
die
go.
for that.
He don't deserve to die, but
he doesn't deserve to live, though.
No, he don't.
Deserve to die,
Charles said he's gonna kill him later.
Yeah, Charles is a bad guy.
Charles said he would save him and kill him later.
It depends on what, like, for me, it depends on what I can observe of what might have happened or whatever I find out. But at the end of the day.
That's a brilliant question.
He can die, basically, if I'm going to save my wife.
Yeah.
And at the same
Don't
time,
forget, it's 80%.
she could
so
die
you'll die
if I probably had previous suspicions and it's just confirmed or something. Then I might leave her to die still.
Okay, so what we established today is that we have killers in our midst. Yeah?
Wait, what would you do?
Me? Yeah, what would you do?
What would I do?
Well done, Charles. What would you do?
You're gonna save everyone.
No.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna save my wife. Right? I'm gonna save my wife because whatever happens at one
That's
stage...
because you're married.
No. No, wait, yeah, this is the full thing. Yeah.
God, you're gonna save your wife.
I'm married, didn't
We didn't even need to ask him that.
I
Still.
am married. I am married. Shout out to the wife still. But the bottom line, I'm gonna save my
What
wife.
you should say is she's dying, and that sends a message. Don't fuck with me.
Listen.
No, God, let's hear about. God, you're gonna save your wife.
I'm gonna save my wife purely because at one stage in my life, before this moment, I'm thinking 5 minutes before this moment, bruv, she was the most important thing to me, bruv. Right? Doesn't just disappear right there and then. But I'll save her life, bruv. But the rest of her life, bruv, I will remind her of this situation. And that in itself will be punishment. Every day, bro.
You can't do that, though.
You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. You gotta forgive her. You can't forgive her. No, look, if you
but you gotta
saved
forgive,
her,
innit? If you're gonna
saved
stay
her,
with her, exactly.
and you're staying with her, you gotta bury her.
No, I didn't see you assume that I'm staying with her. No. I'm saving her, bro. I'm saving her. And every day she looks into my eyes.
So
she
you're
looks into the eyes
saving
of our children, bro. She knows what she did, and that's gonna eat her away, bro. It's gonna eat her away slowly, bro. Her dying to ease way out, bro.
Man's trying it on mental abuse.
Yeah, bro. I want her to see that stuff. I want to see that stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want her to know. I want her to know that I know.
So
But
you
to
think
be
letting her
honest-
go is the easiest
Yeah,
To
way?
be
that's
honest,
the
yeah,
easy way,
if
bro.
my wife like cheated on me, and for some reason we're still together, she's got. I would have to I would want to remind her at some point.
You would, but you
periodically,
gotta forgive.
Well, you
So,
guys
yeah,
you
it
lot are
probably
mad.
won't-
You guys are killers, and
won't
you're also
work
mad
still.
for staying with her. So I don't know what about you guys.
Let's wrap it up, boys.
But one thing I did want to squeeze in, like before we kind of wrap up, real top line stuff. So we were having this conversation about latest versus greatest. You know, people get really hyped up, and you kind of like, oh yeah, someone's come on the scene. They're now the big thing. Oh yeah, they're the greatest. Blah blah. People forget about what's coming behind them. So I thought, yeah, let's discuss latest versus greatest. Now, so I had a discussion with someone about
Tyson.
Chris Brown and Chris Brown and Usher. Someone was saying to me that Chris Brown, for the fact that he banged up Rihanna, he's a greater artist than Usher. To me personally,
Wait, because he
Quick,
beat her.
hold on,
if it
quick.
wasn't
I
that,
got.
it wasn't
Oh, if
like-
it wasn't-
go
You
on,
think
go on.
Rihanna deserved that? Just quick one.
That's not a quick one. That could never be a quick
No,
one.
just
bro.
quick though. Just quick.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
See,
Quick enough for
that's
me.
a yes.
Yes.
Go on.
Most probably.
I don't know what
Just
she did.
as R. Kelly most probably touched
don't know what she
kids
did?
or whatever.
I just know that they were beefing, and that's.
She
what I
must
know.
have slapped him or punched him in the car
She
while
punched
he
him
was
in his
driving.
face and dashed his keys into the drain or something.
Well,
No, the dashing the keys is not an offence.
Yes,
to
it
be
is, bruv.
punched,
He's got a Lambo.
like punching your woman. But if she's punching you and stuff, no. All right,
This
he
is
shouldn't
too
have done
much.
it,
This
but at
is
the
not-
same
this is
time,
not-
he's
this is-
provoked.
this is-
All right,
Quick
cool.
one.
All right, go on. Quick.
Yeah. First of all, don't ever hit women.
I'm with
Of course not.
I'm
Yeah.
with Chris Brown on this still.
Chris Brown greater than Usher.
Do you know what? I appreciate Usher's tunes like a lot, but Chris Brown for me is overall better artist.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Mark?
I'm gonna agree with that.
Is it?
Prefer Chris Brown. Usher's a bit. No, man.
Chris Brown's got that edge to
Yeah,
him. Not
he's
because he punched Rihanna, but he's got that edge to him still.
You're Usher, man, innit?
Bro, 8701 changed my life.
Yeah, no, that was a hard album.
Hasn't it
Still.
changed his life?
Do you know
though?
what? Usher will probably have the better album, but Chris Brown makes the better singles and songs.
got
and
the
stuff.
bangers.
He's got the better.
Fair enough. I'll give you
He's
that.
a singer and a dancer. He's talented, that guy still.
All right, well.
And Usher cheated on Chili.
So what, you give him, so he's not giving respect for that?
We've had a baby and shit.
Fair enough. Then he made an album though, great album. Confessions, great album.
He made look,
As his thing, innit?
just
As his catalogue.
cashed in, right?
So,
I swear he owns Bieber.
Yeah,
Not
he does.
owns, but he brought him.
He brought him
so
in.
he's
He brought him in.
He does. All right, so
wrap it up, boys.
yeah. Listen, it's good catching up, boys.
Yeah, man.
This was Mics&Men.
We're gonna win the league. But
that's
yeah,
nice.
Liverpool ain't winning the league.
So there's some madness here.
not
Yeah.
winning.
So I'm Kobna signing out.
I'm Charles signing out.
Marky Mark.
Thanks for watching, listening, tuning in.
Next time, folks.